Man, I ain't made a video on YouTube in a minute. But I want to speak on 2K for a minute. No, I don't know how to edit and do none of that. I don't have a big channel. I have a very small channel. I got some little notes here, man. We got the announcement for the release date 2K24. I wanna give 2K some appreciation first and some credit, because the thing about video games is, one, I think, and I'm just speaking for myself, what I realize is, first of all, people don't have to do these things for you. They don't have to make the game. Of course, we are the consumers, we are the payers, and we would like, a product to be of our likings. The thing about is I think especially sports games, but I think every game, but I think really, really sports games is they're going to be people who's going to dislike things and like things for major different reasons. It could be because they possibly don't want to take the time to learn something. It could be that certain things in the game, everybody know how to do because it's simple. It could be because they want to win every time, and they want, it's a lot of different things that people can dislike about the game itself. But what I want to say about 2K is, the reason I want to give them credit is I believe 2K always do things. They do different things, or they add things to their game for the most part. I've had every 2K all time. I've had every 2K from 2K to 2K23, so all 24. And some of them more than once, because when you go from old gen so I've had every 2K in that aspect. As far as NBA 2K, I've probably had every NFL 2K too, but and some baseballs. But I want to give them kudos because they do try to do things. I do think 2K care. A lot of people say they don't care. I think they have a certain level of care. I think the thing that confuses people about their care is the VC prices, not the prices, but the prices, yeah, and how much it costs to like buy certain things, like as far as cosmetics, to make your build better and things like that. First, I want to say this, and I'm going to get into this when I get to gameplay. It's an NBA game first and most important. That's what I think a lot of people miss when we talk about 2K, or not understand. But I'm going to get into that when I get to gameplay. Now, I'm speaking from a perspective. You know what? I'm going to get into that when I get to gameplay. First, I'm going to go with my team. I don't play my team. I think I played one my team game in my whole entire NBA 2K lifespan, and it's just confusing to me. One, two, I don't like it because it's unrealistic. Like, I like realism when it comes to a simulate, because that's the point of the game, in simulation. If I want to play some arcade, I go play NBA Jams or NBA Hang Time or something like that, which I like both of those games. I would play something like that. So I want as close to realism as possible. So that's me. I like simulation. So my team, like, you got cars. I would like it if they made it where, like, you got players who were real, like, players. Like, if they just put players from every era, or even if you want to put like multiple players from different like years or spans of how they have in the game, and just have they real rating, and you can just get those players and play, it'll be a little bit more entertaining. Maybe I would get into it. But all the diamond, ruby, diamond, pink, all that, I just think it's just kiddyish to me. I don't want to say kiddyish. I take that back. I don't want to say that. It's just I don't like the unrealism of it. Like, I just don't like it. So I don't really play my team. But I don't have anything against people who play it. I watch the my team tournament and things. I don't watch it live, but I keep the recaps on it. I think it's very interesting to watch people play it, so I'm not against it. The city, I see a lot of people say stuff like, "Oh, nobody wants a city." That's not true. I want the city. So even if I'm the only one, which I don't think I am, but the reason I like the city is, but like I said, I like realism. So I like stuff like that, like going around. Yeah, sometimes I'll be like, man, I gotta go out over here. I wish, I'm gonna be, this just me. I really wish they would just go full Grand Theft Auto and just bring the cars out. It would be, to me, it'll be good if, like in my career, like when you playing, you get to a certain level, you can afford this type of car. But then I'm giving them ideas. I know people that I wish things was about money, but instead of VC, or I'm gonna get to I'm gonna get to when I get to certain points about the game. I'm gonna get to that. Now, the My Player Builder, a lot of people have been complaining, saying, some people complain and say people shouldn't be able to do everything, and then some people say, yes, we should be able to do everything. I think 22, you could be more I think you could be more all around. I think 23 kind of restricted you a little bit more as far as being all around. I don't really see too many people that can do everything. Let me say this, not the build. I think because people exploit the game, so yeah, I guess if you know tricks and trades, your build can possibly kind of do everything. But I don't think, because a lot of people, if they can do everything on offense, they lack defense, and then they complain about, or a lot of people complain about, they can't play defense. I don't think no build can really just do everything, and I'm not against that. But this is what I will say about that: people speak too much on the aspect of park, rec, pro. The game is not about that. The reason I think how they make the build up, I'm not gonna really super complain about it. 22, that's the most time I ever spent in a builder on 22, just trying to figure things out. It's fun to me, just trying to figure things out. 23, I didn't spend as well. I still spent a lot of time, just not as much as 22. It was like, I probably spent so much time in there. It's probably was close to how much time I played the game. And I just enjoyed it. The reason I think you should be able to do everything is because I like my career. I want to be a player that can do everything. That's the point of me making a build. And this is where I want to get to. They need to separate, and I'm gonna incorporate this with gameplay. They need to separate they need to separate my career and online play, or playing against online people. Because I get why people complain when it comes to online play and say people can do everything, which, if you really want to be honest, your build is nowhere near like a top player on the game. Like your build, if you go build that in the created player, it probably won't even come out to be, depending on your build, it can be anywhere from high 70s to low 80s, and you probably won't even get to 85 or 84, 83 with no build. So your build really isn't that great, and it's just good compared to the competition you're playing, as far as the park, the pro-am, the rec, and things like that. But I want to be, because when I play my career, like I want to be able to have every, because that's the part of the game that really, what people don't understand. I think most people don't play online. I be seeing so many people outside that when it comes to the season, they're level 1, but you can see they probably play my career or something like that. But I don't have a problem with the My Player Builder being the way it is. Well, I always want them to change it. I'm always excited to see what's gonna be different about it. So I'm not gonna complain with either way. I mean, to me, either way is, I'll deal with it. But I don't. It's more fun with the freelancing. But it would be more fun if they would let you put all your attributes instead of a certain amount, and then it ties into this. I don't like that. I do not like that, and that's why I want to transition into badges. I don't think badges should be part of the game. I don't. I'm excited to see I'm always excited to see what 2K gonna do, but I'm excited to see what they do this year with badges. But the reason I say badges shouldn't be part of the game is everything should be an attribute, because it makes too many people be too similar and alike. So if you got a player let's say you got a player who's dunking is 90, and then you got a player who's knocking 99, and they both got posterized on gold or something like that. It's like, okay, they posterizing is the same. I don't think it should be that way. I think everybody should have a unique number to their attribute. That's why I think badges should go away. I think everything should be an attribute. To me, that's just what I think. And the thing I don't like about badges is it make the game arcadey. That's some aspects of it, and it makes it like it's like a hyperactivate type thing, and people rely on it, and that's, to me, that's what pulls the game certain animations in certain directions, and it kind of takes away from skill to a certain degree, because if you got a person who has clamps per se, and then you got another person who it's just, to me, the badge is just, I don't like, I just think everything should be an attribute number. So if, to me, like, clamps wouldn't even be a badge if you just made everything attribute, because it would just be your lateral, and then your strength would be, I guess, when you have body contact and things like that, it would just be your lateral skills. I think that's how it should be, and your dribbling skills. That's how I think it should be, me personally. I think everything should be an attribute number, and all the attributes they don't show you when you're creating yourself, they need to throw all that in there, because I just don't like that. Okay, this attribute, or when you put in your thing, it's gonna be the exact same for the other. It makes you not be able to be as unique as the NBA players, and I would like to be as unique as the NBA players, or things of that nature. But the thing people miss is it's an NBA game first. So a lot of things I hear people complain about, they don't understand why they make certain changes and do certain things, because people don't play My Career or My NBA. If you play like a regular NBA game, the point of 2K is to make the game NBA-ish. So certain things they change is not for Park, Pro-Am, and it's for the NBA. I know, because I play it all. Like, I play online. I play Park. I play Pro-Am. I play all of that. So, and I play My Career. I'm a My Career person first, though, because the reason I am is because, one, I like the relaxation. Plus, I like the imagination of you being in NBA. I like that. I like the story. Well, I ain't gonna say I like the story. I like the fact that there is a story. I wish they would make the story longer. When I say longer, I mean stretch out further than, like, this year, the story stretched out for 27 games. I know, because I did it with multiple bills. It stretched out for 27 games. Like, and then you just playing your My Career, which I like even on 2K18, it's stretched out. Like, when you went to your crib or whatever you call it, Kareem, somebody will be in there. It's stretched out. Like, I wish it was stretched out throughout seasons. Like, they could find a way to do that. I don't like how it just ends. I like the interviews. I like the stuff like that. I think people who don't like it should have the option to turn it off. But I like it, because I want to be the NBA experience. So I like it. So I don't have a problem with the story. The thing is, to me, you have people who they don't want to play My Career at all. So stop kind of forcing them to, like. But then again, this is the thing about people who don't want to play My Career. They want to rip up in My Career, and that's why people complaining, because people go to play My Career because they like, well, I don't want to go out on the park with a bad bill. I got to get my rating up. But then they get frustrated when they get tied into the story. Nah, get out there and get your rating up in the park. That's how it should be. Get your rating up in the park. They need to have a park where they separated by ratings. Maybe they could do that. Have separated ratings. That way you can get your build up that way. I don't know. Maybe they need to do that. Have like like in the theater, or if they bring it, whatever they bring back for that, it's probably gonna be called something different. They can have 70s, 80s, 60s, 90s. They can separate it that way, and then you can build up. But I don't think you should force them to play My Career, because a lot of people they just only doing it to get their build up. Which, is it unfair? Kind of, sort of, but no. But the thing is, I don't like certain things about the unfairness of people who just like playing my career. Like, you can't be a legend if you just play my career. That's why I wish they would bring. I'm gonna be honest. I wish Road 99 would come back, and the reason I kind of wish is because I never was 99 on none of them because I just didn't play the game enough. I tried on 18. 19, it was, you could tell it was a little bit not as hard, but I wish they would just bring that back. To me, that would kind of separate things too, because the way you would have to go up, it would be different. But just people just being able to get to 99 real quick, I just think it's kind of like, it's just to satisfy people, I guess, But now seasons, no, let me stay on gameplay. I'm not done with gameplay. But yeah, the thing about it is people. So let me get to the point of when I was saying people, the difference, what people got to understand when they fix certain things about the game. There was a point when the game, when 23 first came out, your teammates in my career made nothing. They literally wouldn't make nothing. Like, I was like, bro, they not making anything. Then they switched it. Then they started making everything. Then they had a look. When they change something, sometimes what I realize is I'll be like, okay, it's good for my career, but it might not be good for Pro-Am, for online play. That's why they need to separate the modes. My career should not be tied in with online play. You should have a bill for if you want to do my career, and it should be separate modes, just like how you have my NBA, the W, all of those. They need to separate it, man. Like, I think it could be a money move or why they tied together. I don't know, but to me, they need to separate it. That's just to me, but I get it because you got the city and you got all that incorporated with, all that. But to me, they need to separate it. I just think that. One thing I want to say about gameplay is vertical needs to be vertical. Vertical should not be only important to unlock dunk packages and animations. Like, that's not real life. Like, vertical should be vertical. If they just want to make vertical, it was a game. I can't remember what game it was back in the day. It was a game that it had like your vertical as your rating, like 39.5. Like, I don't remember what, and I think it had the same thing for your running. But I know it was a game that had the vertical. They could do it that way, but vertical needs to be how high you get off the ground. And I'm not saying I'm talking about how high your feet get off the ground. And the reason I say this, and it frustrates me so much. I always create a build that's my height. I always do that. I always do that. I'm 5'8.5", but I can dunk. And I can jump really high, like in real life. If I go hoop with somebody or people, I've hooped before, and I know people gonna think this. I don't want to make this about me, but I'm just giving an example. I've played against people, and if somebody's 6'5", I can get if it's a 50-50 ball, I can get it because I can jump higher than him. I'm not saying I understand on 2K people will get mad because they would think it's not realistic. Yeah, it's not realistic if that 6'5" dude can jump, or if, let's just say, a 5'10" player versus like a 6'3" player, and the 5'10" player vertical is rating is 80, and the 6'3" player vertical is like 73. Okay, 6'3" player probably could, or they could tip that because he don't have to jump as high as the 5'10" dude. But if it's a 5'10" dude and a 6'3" dude, and the 5'10" dude vertical is 95, and the 6'3" dude vertical is 62, he should get up there and be able to compete with it. I can understand they got a rebound rating. I get that. But it just frustrates me because I play my career and I always make my build hoping that vertical matter. Now, the 2K that vertical did matter in, which I took advantage of, was 2K21 on Next Gen. That's the only 2K I ever played with vertical that I can think of that vertical actually was vertical. Like, even when you dunked, you got higher off the ground when you went for rebound. I wish vertical would be that, because that's what it is in real life. Vertical is how high you can jump. That's what it is. And to me, they need to tie that in. They also need to tie acceleration into running without the basketball. They need to tie that in as well. It shouldn't just be without. They need to tie that in. So that's one thing I wanted to say. That it's a little frustrating to me. Now, a lot of people complain about the three speed boost. I keep forgetting the name of it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Me, either way, if they bring it back, I'm not gonna complain. If they bring it back or if they get rid of it. The problem to me is not the boost thing. The problem is how people can dribble all day and not get tired. That's not realistic, bro. If you've ever played basketball in real life, you ain't finna just keep dribbling. You gonna get tired. You gonna be exhausted. And you're not gonna be able to play. Then you're gonna be exhausted. So I think the handle for days, man, listen, that's not realistic. So that bands just need to go. I understand people like to dribble, but I also liking the dribble, you have to make it more real. Okay, it's not realistic. Now, this is the thing. This is another reason why I think they need to separate modes online too. If they want to make Park more arcadey, that's why they need to separate the modes. I don't mind if they want to make certain aspects of the game more arcadey, but the NBA side should be as real as possible. I believe that. So I get if you try to, and then if you want to say Rec should be a little bit more realistic than Park, or they can have a more sim Park. And I know that they wouldn't be able to do that. They gonna make everything all into one. But I want to just say this to the people who complain about the game. You only thinking about playing against users. You don't understand that they fixing things that goes wrong in the NBA, which is in my career or is in my NBA. I play both sides, so I get, like, when they fix stuff, I be like, oh yeah, I'm glad they fixed it. Like last year in 23, it was I don't want to say impossible. I don't like to use that word because it felt impossible that when anybody got in the paint against the CPU, if they was putting the shot up and you wasn't blocking it, it was going in. It was like unreal. I'm like, bro, they don't miss anything in the paint, so they had to fix that. And it still was kind of ridiculous, which I get these are NBA players, they tall, but people miss a lot of paint in layups and in real life. So, but they had to fix that. But yeah, it's the handle for days and stamina that's the issue with the dribbling. So you wouldn't be able to burst out of a move if you dribbling and your stamina just go all the way. You wouldn't even be able to burst out of a move. That's why I don't think the three speed boost is the issue. The issue is the stamina need to go away. It need to go away. You dribbling out doing, you're gonna be exhausted, and you can't do that in real life. And listen, I understand there's some people who special freaking nature. I understand that. But it's not realistic for you to be dribbling all day long and not get tired. That just ain't happening. That's the problem. So either way, they get rid of it, they bring it back. I'm not big. It don't really matter to me because I don't think that's the issue. The issue is people not getting tired. But I thought it was a good idea because they wanted to stop people from doing that. And I mean, the thing about it is everybody get three. That's not realistic either, because sometimes if somebody try to burst past somebody twice in real life, they tired. So I just think it should all be tied into your stamina, and that's just me. Okay. What else I got down here? Shooting. Hold on. Yeah, shooting. I wish they would bring shooting back to. This is what I don't like about shooting. I want to release the shot when I release the button. That's what I want. That's what I want. And like I said, everybody, this is all our opinions. I do not like that if you hold it, they're going to release it. If you let it go early, they're going to release it. And they ain't going to release it when you let it go early, they're going to release it. I don't like that. That's not realistic. If I'm shooting the ball and I realize somebody going to block it and I just want to hold it and travel, or like they used, the last 2K that they had that on was 19. Where if you didn't release it, the only thing I didn't like about it I had a terrible controller when 19 was out. And every time I would be dead open. And when I would try to shoot, my battery back thing was broken, and my controller would just turn off, and I would turn the game back on. I would travel, which I shouldn't travel because when I turn it back, the thing should release, but I would travel. But I think they should, to me, that's what they should bring back. They need to bring that back. Now, I'm not mad at, I get that, like with the different timers, it shouldn't be muscle memory. Yeah, it frustrates me. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it don't. When I shoot, it frustrates me when I get an animation that I'm not expecting. But that's just my fault for not paying attention. But they also need to make it for, like, when you timing it, like when you finna catch the ball, or like when you dribbling, like when you're pressing the button, because in real life, nobody is shooting the ball exactly the same. Yeah, you shooting it similar to make it, but you not doing the exact no, because angles. So I get that. That's realistic. Plus, they had to do that because people cheat, man. Me personally, I don't understand. I do not understand. I don't understand. What they call it, boosting. I don't get that. And I don't get the Zens thing. I don't get it. The reason I don't understand the fun in not the competitive side. Like, not knowing, like when people did the Zens in 21, in which I think people been having it beforehand, but that's when it got popular, or when people really found out about it. I just don't understand the fun in, I know I'm going to make the shot. Like, what is to me, the fun in the sport is the competitiveness, like knowing you can lose. You can believe all you want that you can win, but it doesn't matter how good or how much better you are than another person. They still got a possibility of beating you, whether it's by their game plan, whether it's by you having a bad day or bad whatever. So I just don't get how cheating is fun. I don't get it, but I can kind of think that some people, they probably, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, they probably feel like they never won anything or never, been, but I just don't see how is it for recognition? I don't know. It's just not fun to me to cheat. I just don't understand that. Like, I don't see the fun in it, but that's why they had to do that. I understand that, but yeah, it should be different. I just wish it would be a little bit better as far as how they did it, and you can understand it a little bit more, but I don't mind the different, but that's why I think they need to bring back the when you let it go release it. I don't know if they are going, but I really, 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 really wish they would bring that back for the shooting. I'm okay. I want to say this about my career as far as the accessories, like your sleeves and your bands. Can y'all please make it where I can pick the color, please? I know some people like, we don't care about, I understand y'all don't. I do. Can y'all please stop when I'm on the road making it just a black sleeve, or I don't like the fact that I cannot pick the color of my sleeve. It was great that y'all brought it for the Play Now. That was, so I remember when they did it, when I did the Play Now, I was like, oh my goodness, I wonder if they're going to do it in my career. No, they didn't. They still haven't. And they do the same thing with the shoes, man. Please, can y'all please bring it where we can pick the color of our accessories, please, and our shoes. Or just, I understand the shoes, you just do the color like when you sign with an endorsement, but can you please stop making it just black when I'm away and I'm wearing the color. Like, if it's blue, can the black part be blue? And if it's a team, a lot of teams got more than two colors. Can I get all three colors in the ram of the shoe? Like, I don't know what program. I don't know, but I really wish y'all would do that. Seasons. I don't like seasons. I'm just gonna be totally honest with you. The reason I don't like seasons is because I'm not saying I dislike everything about it. The reason I don't like seasons is because it's a time frame. I just think when you restricting people to a time frame, that's not good. I don't mind the rewards being restricted. Like, okay, I didn't really be able to get that one because I ain't have time. Okay, that's fine. But when you're restricting being a legend and achieving stuff within a time frame, that's what I don't like. And that's why before 23 came out, I was waiting to see how to be a legend. And I was like, I want to see if I'm going to explore being a legend. And when I saw what it was, I was like, I'm not going to be a legend. Because you got to do the four, I think it's 12 of the I don't remember the season things, the in season thing you got to do. And I'm like, man, I just don't, because I have spurts of time when I maybe be able to play the game. I just want the legend to be able to be a legend, to be for the whole year. That way, and plus it'll make me play the game longer. But as far as like, but I'm seasonal with games because I play other stuff. But I just want it to be the whole year, not just if I don't do it in this season, or if I don't do these, that's the thing I don't like about seasons. And I'm going to tell you another thing I can't stand about seasons is the animations. Why can't we just get all animations in the game? And if y'all think of something during the year, you can put it in the game. I don't mind that. But just knowing that you have all the animations already and you're releasing them I can't stand that, man. To me, that makes no sense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry because you're not giving me the full experience of what you having. And I haven't seen the last animation for the last couple of seasons because I haven't played the game. So, and it's not that I haven't played the game because I don't like the game. I like 23. So, but I'm just playing other things, and plus but I don't like that. I don't like the animations being. I don't like that at all. I don't like that one. I don't like it. I know it's a lot of stuff that I'm missing out on, but hopefully people get the gist of it. But I do want to give 2K credit. I don't just want to 2K they try different things. I'm glad I thought about this. Oh my goodness, I'm glad I thought about this. Listen, we need more hairstyles. We need more. I can't do this right here. I can't get this on 2K. Like on MLB The Show, I can get certain things. Like I can get this, and then I can get. They need to bring that back where you can do just the mustache, and you can do just sideburns, and you can do. They need to bring that back so you can incorporate certain things. Like it's so limited. Like it's not that many. And I know they had a lot of complaints about that back on 18, and then people was complaining about paying for it. I think 21 was when they came out with the newer stuff. But like haircuts, they don't have it's no way that every player that's in the game, all they haircut style should be available for your my player. Everything that they have should be available for your my player. I don't get why they don't just put that in there. I don't understand that. So I don't know. I'm glad I thought about that because it just made me think about this too. Another thing that 2K need to think about is, and I had said this to them in a little support thing one time, and I don't want to compare the games, but like Madden has a thing. I don't know how they did it or how they do. I don't know but let's say I'm playing like a franchise game or a game in what it calls the face of the franchise or whatever. If like say my game cut off or my power go out, my game free, anything go wrong, when I turn the game back on, it's gonna be on the exact play, the exact score, time, everything. 2K need to find a way to make that happen. Well, I don't know what, man. This the crazy thing. That's the best thing about Madden. Sadly, but it is. That's the one feature that they have that I can think that's better than 2K. That's the one feature that I think that feature is off the chain to me. Every game should have that feature to me. Every game should. I don't know what, I don't know how they able to do. I don't know, but every game should have that feature. But yeah, the thing about it, I just want to say, a lot of people who complain. I would every time I had so much that I thought about before I start this video, and ain't too many people gonna watch this. But what I really wish like people who was a big blogger could bring me on their show. I just want to say this part, right? This part. Gameplay wise, people have to understand it's an NBA game first. It's not a part pro-am rec game. It's an NBA game first. The most important aspect of the game is for it to be the NBA side, the my NBA, and you gotta say my career because that's pretty much in the NBA. But that's the most important part of the game, the 5-on-5 in the NBA. It's the most important. But people only look at the game from the playing against users' perspective. Glad I just thought about this. Speed boost. First of all, that's one thing that another thing about dribbling that you need to get rid of. All this quick, that's not okay. Your first step, I understand. Everybody got different first steps. I get that. But the whole, and that's not realistic, bro. They gotta stop that, bro. The way how fast they do it. That's not realistic, bro. Like, they gotta stop letting people move that fast because that's no. That's no. And then this another thing I don't like about badges. Like, let's say the ankle break badge. You're gonna automatically make me get shook because he got a badge. It has nothing to do with how I'm controlling my stick. For somebody to cross me over, it can be realistic if you made it where, let's just say if I'm using turbo too hard, if I'm going one way and it's hard for me to stop, I get that. And then he can shake me up if I try. I get that. But just making me fall because he got it, that takes away from the skill part of the game. Like, that's not realistic. So I can't stand that. And that's why I turn defensive assistance to 0. But that's why sometimes when people do this, when they step back, they pull your player either up or back, which would give them a shot, or they pull your player because what they doing is the badges are fighting with each other. And then if his badges is better than yours, if he got all these dribbling badges, it's gonna make your player not be able to move. That's why badges need to be. That's another. But no, bro, you can't have no if you doing it, because what can I do about that? And people gonna say, oh, you should have this badge. No, it should be based upon the way he can dribble the ball and the way I can move with the analog. Now, what they could do with dribbling, I thought about this. What they could do with dribbling, you know, in 21 they had it where how fast you flicker it, that's how fast they dribble. They don't have that anymore. Now, what they could do is you have to understand, like, let's say you flick through the legs to the left, boom. If you try to flick before this ball get control with this left hand, you might lose it, or your hand move out of the way and it goes and you got to go run and get it, or you do like this and you hit your foot, something like that. If you don't understand the rhythm of how good your player can dribble, you know, of course, the better the ball handling, the faster he can, do, dribbling, things like that. But yeah, that's what they could do. They can make it where if you flick it, on bad timing or bad rhythm, you can kind of lose the ball, things like that. But overall, man, I'm not gonna bash 2K. These are just suggestions. These are just things that I think. But the main thing I wanted to say in this video is people only. It frustrates me, and I'm not mad at people because everybody got their opinion. We all got our opinions, but it frustrates me when I watch videos or I hear people say certain things about 2K and they only speaking from an online aspect of playing against other online players. That's not what the game is about. No, that's not what the game is about. The game is an NBA game, and I'm just hoping 2K really keep pushing back to the NBA side and not. But I understand this about, what I wanted to say about, another reason they can separate the whole thing, like I said, I want the cars and stuff for the city. I like to see it, me personally, but a lot of people don't. But they can make like your contract, like for your money, and then you can like afford certain cars, But I know that that'll be a little bit much, but yeah, I don't mind the city. I don't mind that. I think it's a good aspect, and I think a lot of people who complain about it, I don't think, and I could be. I'm not saying I'm correct. I think they don't realize how much they actually like or would like. They just probably want different ways for the city to be. There's always can be things that of improvement for it, of course. Like there's things that I think that can be improvement for it. Of course, I believe that, but I don't mind the city. But yeah, I'm out, man. But yeah, one of you big YouTube, please, can you get me on before I can say the game is not about online play. It's an NBA game first, and play the NBA aspect, and then tell us what you think about the game instead of just playing against. I get it, playing against people. I get frustrated too when people do certain stuff. To me, they should punish people who ball hog or just don't pass the ball. That's one of the biggest things in playing online in 2K that you're gonna run into. They people like it need to be something in the game where somebody they just dribbling and multiple people open and they shoot it and they able to make. They need to put something in the game where they make them miss or something like that, because it's not a smart shot. Like that's one thing that I wish being smart. Which, to be honest, if you play the game and you play with people that you know, which I play with a lot of randoms, and then sometimes I play with people sometimes. But playing smart is important. That's why I can say 2K is not totally, like, it is important to a certain degree, but I don't like when people play bad basketball and it benefits them. I don't like it. Like, bunch of step backs, man, you know how hard, you know the percentage of step back threes, that the percentage of step back threes in the NBA is probably 20 something. Matter of fact, it's less than that. But a person who can do it okayish, they probably shoot a step back three at a 20-some% rate. And you get people on these games and they just hitting step back after step. Man, that's no, bro. That's in threes, not jump shot. Threes, no, no. That need to go. That need to go. They need to punish people who don't play good basketball. And the teammate grade, I'm just thinking of stuff now. Teammate grade. This year, for some reason, assist is not as important when it comes to your teammate grade. Assists used to always be very important when it came to your teammate grade. What I don't like is they always make rebounding. Well, this year, really blocking shots give you a lot. But rebounding is always give you more points than assists. I'm not saying which one should be more, but I don't understand that, to be honest. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand it. Like, to me, teammate grade should be how well you play with your team, how smart your defensive rotation and not taking bad shots and things of that nature. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. And another thing, when I was talking about vertical, that need to matter with blocks too. I can't stand, I got this 95-inch vertical, and when I try to block a shot, I barely jump off the ground. But why is my vertical 95? It frustrates me. That's one thing but like I said, I'm not bashing 2K. I think 2K is a great product. You know, there's just things that, you know, I'm not a big YouTuber, so nobody probably ain't gonna see this no way. So, but if you did watch, I appreciate it.